Hello, everyone. This is Steve Afasi from Elite Business Insurance. I wanted to talk to you about a workers' compensation insurance policy, what it is, and how Elite Business Insurance can help you out in all the right ways and cover your business for all angles regarding insurance. Now, workers' compensation insurance, it was established by insurance companies because of the relationship that was being tarnished between employers and employees for when an employee was to get injured on the job site. So if you're a carpenter, and say you have an employee working for you and he or she blows out their back, say they fall off of a ladder or they're just lifting something heavy and they herniated a disc. Well, now if they're out of work for a couple of months, they're going to need some sort of compensation. If they can't get out of bed, if they need surgery and they can no longer work, they're going to sue you for the compensation that they are owed. Now, if you're the employer, you're not going to like one of your employees suing you. So what happened was back in the day, before workers' compensation existed, the employer would get sued by the employee. And this would tarnish the relationship because the employee doesn't want to sue their boss because the employee doesn't want to lose their job. If you're working for somebody who's hiring you full-time hours and giving you good pay and giving you consistent work and you're providing for your family, you don't want to tarnish that relationship. So a lot of times the employees would get hurt on the job and they would be too scared to sue their boss because they didn't want to lose their job. They didn't want to tarnish that relationship. Now, on the flip side, if they ever got hurt and did sue their boss, the boss would have to pay for the medical bills out of pocket. Now, you know as well as I do that medical bills could be extremely expensive, especially if you don't have insurance. If you get hurt during work, your health insurance will not cover you. That's one of the questions that they ask you when you go to the hospital or you go to the doctor. Were you working while you were hurt? If you say yes, then it's going to go towards workers' compensation. It's not going to come out of your health insurance. The health insurance doesn't want to be responsible for you getting hurt while working for somebody else's business, which is understandable. So the employer is now protected through workers' compensation because if something happens and somebody tries to sue him due to not being able to work anymore, the workers' compensation policy will pay out for the wages, the lost wages, the medical bills. So for a small premium, say you're paying $3,000 a year in workers' comp, well, that policy could pay up to $100,000 per occurrence for somebody who gets injured, one of your employees who gets injured on the job site. So that'll pay for their medical bills. If they get, God forbid they die, it could pay for their funeral expenses. You could increase your coverages. So it starts at 100,000, goes up to 500,000, goes up to $1 million. You could put an umbrella on top of it to raise the limits even higher. So for a small premium every year, you could protect your business the right way. If you're in the construction field, you are required by law to carry workers' comp if you have one or more employees. If you're in the non-construction field in the state of Florida, you need 4 or more employees. Once you have 4 or more employees, you are required by law to carry workers' comp. I recommend that you carry workers' comp at all times, whether you have 1 employee or whether you have 20 employees, regardless of what sort of business you have. Because if somebody gets injured, even driving their car while they're working for you, that would be considered a workers' compensation claim. So to protect your employee who would get compensated in the case that they get injured, instead of suing their boss, they just put in a workers' comp claim. The workers' comp company pays out for the loss of wages and any sort of injury that happens to that person. The employer will not have to pay out of pocket. They just pay the premium on the workers' comp policy every year, and then it protects them for up to the basic of 100,000, goes up to 500,000, goes up to $1 million. So let Elite Business Insurance handle any of your insurance needs. We have specialists who handle all business insurance, all lines of business insurance, and workers' comp is state regulated price. They take the payroll, they multiply it by whatever risk you are. So if you're a carpenter, if you're a plumber, if you're a glazier, if you do floor and tile, if you're a landscaper, if you're a manufacturer, if you work in an office, if you work at a grocery store, there's a different classification for every single risk. And then they take that classification, they multiply it by the payroll, the annual payroll, and then they divide it by 100. And that gives you the state regulated price every time. So if you give us a call, we could let you know how exactly to estimate the workers' comp price if you are interested in purchasing one. And we could run you through all the carriers that we have access to. We only deal with AM Best, A-rated, the financially strongest insurance companies out there. And we shop you around. We handle all lines of insurance, so we could do your workers' comp, we could do your general liability, we could do your commercial property, your commercial auto, anything regarding your business. and insurance, we can handle and make sure that we put you in the best situation possible. So give us a chance, give us a call, 1-800-850-8819, Elite Business Insurance. We are elite.